Good evening and welcome to RTN Tonight, Glassboro's favorite mid-afternoon late-night talk show. I'm Jacob Misho.
And I'm Adina Haji. We've got a great show today, so let's get started with the news.
Wildfires here in Glassboro caused the Rowan campus to be completely covered in smoke just over a week ago. Talk about local news. Before Rowan's Breakfast Bowl game against Montclair State, rumblings of "we're gonna smoke you" were heard, and it appears that they took their game talk a bit too literally. Many students became fired up over this situation because it happened over the weekend, so class couldn't be canceled. One student, who didn't even know there was a smoke issue, said, "That's what my dorm always looks and smells like on a Friday night." Ironically enough, this was the one time the Holly Point fire alarms decided not to go off. When we looked through the fire alarms manual, we found a page that stated, "Our state-of-the-art fire alarms here at Holly Point will be sure to interrupt your sleep at 5 a.m. on a Monday morning and make you evacuate the building for no reason. Want to be informed of an actual fire? You're on your own, kid." In the midst of all the smoke, reports say that someone on campus screamed, "This girl is on fire." She must have been a huge Alicia Keys fan.
A New Hampshire shelter recently faced an enormous problem when a man brought in 1,000 mice looking for homes. This so-called mouse invasion resulted in tiny critters scurrying through the facility and causing quite a stir. I had the honor of meeting some members of the surprisingly organized rodent group and was beyond pleased to see celebrity mice Jerry, Remy, Stuart Little, and even Cinderella's beloved Gus Gus. Despite the furry residents' antics, the shelter is working hard to ensure that all 1,000 mice have a safe and comfortable place to stay. And as if the thought of that many mice running around doesn't give viewers enough heebie-jeebies, there's already a Twitter conspiracy about how this is all a part of what they call a hidden Mickey. Which leads me to my main point, which is there is nothing scarier than a Disney adult.
In what sounds like the plot of a scrapped Ted Lasso episode, a Scottish soccer club called Bonnyrigg Rose recently received a 6-point penalty for having a sloped field. The sloped field goes against league regulations, and now the football club is seeking for its fans to raise over £100,000 to quite literally level the playing field. They are taking pay to win to a whole new level. Bonnyrigg Rose even came out with an official statement saying, "We decided not to follow the rules, now you have to pay for it. By the way, you should donate because Sean Connery used to play for us." My response, Dr. No, thank you. All I can think about is the fact that math teachers will now somehow use this as a reason to explain how y equals mx plus b will somehow be important in life. Next time, if they really want to Bonnie-rig the game, maybe they should just follow one of the goats of American football and ask the refs for help. Or better yet, deflate the footballs. Clearly, neither of those options will result in any punishment.
A banana duct taped to a wall is about to fetch over $1 million at an auction in New York. The artwork, titled Comedian, was first unveiled in 2019 and became a world sensation for the art world and also people who lack potassium. The banana itself is replaced regularly, and buyers don't purchase the fruit, but a certificate granting them the right to recreate the installation. Critics say the artwork challenges how we assign value to art and raises question about global trade. That same critic also recently went viral for pointing his finger and for being an orangutan, which raises concerns for bias. It's safe to say that the original and recreations of this artwork are in fact not safe, considering the orangutan won't stop pointing at the banana and then back at his own mouth.
A UK man suffered a fractured skull, a broken neck, 9 broken ribs, and more from a nearly fatal cat accident. And no, that is not a typo. This man catastrophically tripped over his Egyptian Sphinx cat and fell down 14 stairs before crashing down to the bottom. If you thought that was pawful, think again, because this victim of what now has been dubbed Apocalypse Meow was left on the ground for 14 hours before finally receiving help. This guy has officially put "my dog ate my homework" to shame, because who pulls up to a hospital with these conditions and the excuse, "my cat tripped me"? I also can't help but think that this was fully intentional, considering this cat's face. Sources say that Tom must have finally killed Jerry, and now he's moved on to torturing humans. We've had live-action Cats the Musical, and now we have the premise for a live-action production of Tom Sans Jerry, Attack on Humans. Because what's more cinematic than a 9-life creature putting a 1-life man on life support? This production should have no problem getting off the ground, unlike this poor UK man.
A Florida man was arrested after he allegedly pretended to be an undercover police officer to avoid a background check for a job. The man, identified as 23-year-old Kyle Camacho, was applying for a job when they asked for some personal information, in which he responded by claiming to be a law enforcement officer. His attempt to deceive the hiring manager failed when they contacted police to verify his credentials. He was charged with impersonating an officer and is now being held in jail. He used his one phone call to write an Amazon review on what was labeled as a, quote, realistic police metal badge toy can pass as a cop and avoid background check, end quote. His review stated nothing other than didn't work with a skull emoji. The turns sure did table in this situation.
Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oh boy. An Australian man came home late from work one night to find rose petals leading into his bedroom. This man was clearly about to have a night he would never forget, but not in the way he was expecting. Instead of his wife, he found a koala waiting for him in bed. It looks like we've now officially seen Australia's rendition of The Princess and the Frog, called The Middle Class Man and the Koala, where instead of kissing the koala to break the curse, you have to feed it a bloomin' onion. On that note, Australians have complained about Outback Steakhouse being too stereotypical, but how can us Americans help ourselves when you literally have koalas hanging out in your bedrooms? While the couple was screaming like Alice Springs chickens with their heads cut off, the koala was just sitting there because he's really just a chill guy. He clearly just wanted to spend some koala-ty time with the couple, but even he couldn't deal with the wrath of a raging wife for very long. Video footage of this incident was accompanied by the caption, "Only in Australia," and we must admit, not even Ohio has seen a bedtime routine this bizarre.
The annual hair freezing contest in Canada has been cancelled this year due to unusually warm weather. The event, where participants dip their hair in ice-cold water and let it freeze, typically takes place in Takini Hot Springs. However, temperatures this winter have been too warm for the hair freezing effect to occur. Organizers say they hope to bring the event back next year, but they may have to change their name to the Hair Melting Contest. If there's anything we know about Canadian resilience, is they'll do anything from maple syrup, bagged milk, and hair freezing competitions. When we return, I'll be chatting with one of the captains from the Latin Dance Club here at Rowan. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to RTN Tonight. I'm joined in the studio by our guest of the night, Domenica Guski-Gavidia from the Ritmo Caliente dance team. Thank you for coming on to the show tonight, Domenica. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for the invite.
That's great. So to start off, I want to ask you, what made you interested in joining the dance club?
Well, actually, I am one of the founders of the dance team. And what made me create this dance team was mainly as an international student. I wanted to find a space so I can express myself, feel free to like join like different dance moves and learn from different cultures. So I wanted to provide that to students. And yeah, it's been pretty fun.
That's lovely. I didn't know that you found it, but that's really impressive. To follow up, as a captain, how do you go about your day-to-day with that, or like dealing with that like responsibility, I should say?
Well, it's a big responsibility because yeah, a lot of people count on you on bringing up new dances, bringing up new stuff to come to and do. But at the end of the day, it's really rewarding to see all the people learning the dance, making the choreography shine, and it's really fun.
You do the choreography?
Yes.
Oh, that's so much fun. Oh, I love that. Speaking of choreography, do you guys do all types of Latin dances, or is it specific ones you guys focus
No,
on?
we're open to any type of dance, but we focus mainly on Latin dances like salsa, bachata, merengue. We do them all.
That's very impressive. And then this past semester, have you guys had any events or any things you guys have held that you'd like to share?
Yes, we actually performed in Salsa Night for Rowan After Hours. It was a celebration for Hispanic Heritage Month, so it was really fun. We got to learn some new type of dances, and we also performed.
And then, would you guys like to collab with any other clubs on Rowan?
Yes, we are open to collab with any club. Like, we want to expand our name more, so yes.
And you collab with Rowan After Hours, which I feel like
Yes.
that if you guys ever do end up doing that again, I'll definitely visit because it's so fun to like go up there. And then lastly, is there anything you would like to promote, whether it's about the club or about anything?
Well, yes, I have 2 promotions. Actually, Ritmo Caliente will perform this Friday at Rowan After Hours for Beauty in Distress beauty pageant. It's gonna be from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Student Center. And also, United Latino Association will be having their Friendsgiving this Thursday at Business Hall from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Alrighty, thank you, Domenica, for coming on to the show tonight. And if you would like to learn more about Domenica and the Ritmo Caliente dance team, you could follow them on Instagram at Ritmo Caliente ULA. And don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have Jacob go one-on-one against Domenica for a classic game of RTN Tonight No Cap. You don't want to miss it.
Hello and welcome back to RTN Tonight. I'm Jacob and I'm joined by our wonderful guest of the night, Domenica. Domenica is now here to join me for RTN Tonight's game of No Cap. To give you a recap of the game, a timer will start when I ask you the first question. From there, you will have to answer the 21 unopinionated questions as fast as possible. If Domenica beats the record guess time of 1 minute and 8 seconds held by Emily Schwartz, she will have a new record time for the season. So Domenica, are you ready to play No Cap?
I am ready.
All right, let's get started and let's hope I don't fumble up the questions. Here we go. Watch football or watch basketball?
Football.
Host Thanksgiving for 4 people or 40 people?
40 people.
Apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Apple pie.
Fall or winter?
Winter.
5-star Thanksgiving meal with your ex at the table or an awful meal without your ex at the table?
Awful meal without my ex at the table.
Christmas music starting after Halloween or starting after Thanksgiving?
Starting after Thanksgiving.
40-degree weather or 90-degree weather?
40-degree weather.
Have intense allergies for 30 days straight or the flu for 10 days?
The flu for 10 days.
College sports or pro sports?
College sports.
Live in a house that is haunted or one that is filled with wild turkeys?
A house that is haunted.
Halloween or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Shop for Black Friday or shop for Cyber Monday?
Shop for Cyber Monday.
Jump in a leaf pile or jump in a snow pile?
Snow pile.
Go on a hayride or go through a corn maze?
Corn maze.
Eat a caramel apple or drink a caramel latte?
Drink a caramel latte.
Fall clothes shopping or winter clothes shopping?
Fall clothes.
Christmas movies or Halloween movies?
Christmas movies.
Hot chocolate or apple cider?
Hot chocolate.
Only be able to listen to Christmas music or never be able to listen to Christmas music ever again?
Only be able to listen to Christmas music.
Have Thanksgiving without your family or Christmas without your family?
Have Thanksgiving without my family.
Your favorite Halloween candy or your favorite holiday dessert?
My favorite holiday dessert.
And that is a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds, so that was very close to the record, but unfortunately did not beat the record, but still a great job. And thank you so much, Domenica, for coming onto the show. And thank you to our audience for tuning in to RTN Tonight Live on YouTube or any other of our social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe to Rowan Television Network and turn on that notification bell for all RTN Tonight Live episode notifications. I'm Jacob Michaud, and have a good night, Glassboro.
Everybody wave, 2 camera forward.